You're listening to 601 Network, Real Jackson News. No fluff, no distractions, just real news. I'm your host, Foresight. Did Ted DiBiase's attorney circumvent the court? Did Ted DiBiase Jr. attorney circumvent the court? Question. This sounds like it's either white privilege or Federal Reserve note privilege. How long this thing been going on? How long has this thing been going on with Ted DiBiase Jr. and this scandal? How many continuations that they didn't have? How many times they didn't postpone this? All of a sudden now he didn't fell ill. His attorney, Ted DiBiase Jr. Attorney didn't fell ill. And it's all up in the air. It's all up to the judges to make the decision. This is what's going on. So that's my question. Is this white privilege? Or is this Federal Reserve note privilege? Which one is it? Which one is it? Because it seems to me it could be either one. We know who Ted DiBiase Jr. father is. We know what kind of status he have. And there's Federal Reserve notes in it. You know the court's going to get tied up in it anyway. They tying it all up. When you're dealing with Federal Reserve notes, you can easily get decisions being made. This guy got like what, 2 or 3 lawyers? He's got 2 or 3 attorneys. So what we talking about? What we talking about? Did he really was he really sick? Or he just circumventing this? Kind of waiting to the statutory limitations on this to expire. But there's no statutory limitations on fraud. So now they asking for a dismissal. Oh my goodness gracious. It's crazy. Not a dismissal, excuse me, a mistrial. Come on. Another way for the man to get off scot-free. A mistrial. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I have never seen anything like this. This is a circus. Twists and turns. See, something's gonna come out the wash. I can guarantee you, I knew something was gonna come out the wash with this. Because the high profile of his father. Now this guy here was a wrestler. Don't get me wrong. He was wrestler. He was part of a very good tag team. Him and Cody Rhodes. It was a very good tag team. And from a prestigious company like the WWE, I can understand why this landed, well, let me rephrase that. With the status with the WWE and his father, I can understand why this landed the publicity that it did. That don't surprise me. That under no circumstances surprises me because of the weight of this. Okay, so why are but but when it comes to the Federal Reserve notes, I don't know. Might be a skin tone too. The Federal Reserve notes and the skin tone, all that mixed up in one. Because you got the bread, you get what you want. If you got influence, you get what you want. Money and influence, you get what you need. That's a fact. And if you don't, and if y'all think this is fluff, hey, bro, go to another channel. Go to another channel because it's real. This real. Money and influence make things happen. If I got the bread and I hired the right attorney, and that attorney has got the right favors or the right influence on the court in that jurisdiction, what you think is going to happen if I got the if he's got enough bread? He gonna call in a favor. This been going on. This ain't new. Might be new to you, but it ain't new. It ain't new to me. It ain't new to me. Get you an attorney. Get yourself in some trouble. And they got a warrant out for you. And you go get an attorney. And you tell the attorney where you live, guess what's going to happen? The police coming. The police coming to lock you up. Police coming to lock you up. What kind of influence you got? If you got the bread, attorney gonna walk you in there, and he gonna look at them and smile, like that cat did on, like that cat did on Goodfellas. Like that cat did on Goodfellas. Y'all remember that? When young Henry was sitting there, and that attorney smiled at that judge, and that judge told him to approach the bench, and he got off. That's real. That's real. They be working on favors. This cat ain't no different. He ain't no different. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And how much are you willing to pay in order to pull in a favor? I really hope and pray that Ted DiBiase Jr.'s attorney is not, ill, really ill. But this is an easy way to circumvent the court. I ain't feeling this. Because I'm like this here. If he was ill, he should have been said something about it. He should have been said something about it. He said, I ain't feeling my best. Look here, attorney. Look, y'all other attorneys gonna have to prepare, make some preparations. And the case would have been, it would have been, he'd have just swapped. He said, hey, look here, I'm gonna swap out attorneys. I got my colleague here, he's going to finish off this case, because I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take a hiatus because I'm not feeling very well. and the other two or three attorneys, whatever, how many he have in his entourage, would have been prepared. So that's why I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this. Why? Okay, let's make it. Okay, make that make sense, y'all. Jackson, make this make sense. If you got 3 attorneys on a case, right? You didn't hire 3 attorneys. Don't you think all 3 attorneys need to be prepared? Don't they need to all be prepared? Because anything may happen. So that's why I'm not buying it. This case is too publicized in order for folks to be sloppy, for folks to be careless, for him to hire these attorneys, and then all of them, and then he put all his eggs in one basket with one. Come on, man. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not the sharpest knife in the box, but believe me, when I tell you, I ain't the dullest. I'm telling you. Why would he do that? This is according to local news. He had other attorneys. What? Because now they hollering this Sixth Amendment stuff. The Sixth Amendment don't apply because his attorneys is there. He's got proper counsel. Why would you have 2 or 3 attorneys, and then one gets sick? You just say you ain't got proper counsel. You want to holler Sixth Amendment? You want to holler for the Sixth Amendment? Give me a break. You got proper counsel. Your rights ain't violated. Make it make sense, Jackson. Make it make sense. Come on, citizens, what's up? What's really going on here, y'all? I'm just keeping a stack, y'all. I'm just keeping a stack. A stack means I'm being truthful. So when I say I'm keeping it a stack, that's what that means. Or I'm keeping it in a buck. Or I'm keeping it 100. That means I'm being truthful. I'm telling you. Put it together, Jackson. Put it together. This don't be deceived by what's being disseminated on the local news. It's not their intent to deceive you. It's how you interpreting it, because it's the format that is in. They got it in the format where you can interpret it in a certain way. And I'm telling you, this is what's going on. Just all you got to do is use your common sense. That's the best sense. Because no other sense makes any sense. And I'm telling you straight up, Ted DiBiase Jr., attorney, could have did this. He was falling sick. His other attorneys should have been prepared. And if they weren't prepared, then what are we talking about here? Why is you hiring these attorneys that ain't prepared? That's why I don't buy it. It's too of a high profile case in order for them to be unprepared. What is they there for? Show and tell? Song and dance? Face and ass? What's going on here? Excuse my French, but that's what it seems. They just there just for the monkey, to put on the monkey suit and say, I'm an attorney. I got my briefcase. I'm his counsel, and we just gonna shuffle paperwork. and then go home. Make your little $200-300 an hour, and we go home. What's really going on? But like I said, I really hope and pray that dibiase's attorney is not, is really sick, and I hope he gets well. And I don't wish any ill will to him, but why does it always come up in these high-profile cases of something like this go down? And this is not really a real high-profile case. It ain't like O.J. Simpson. It ain't like O.J. Simpson, because when O.J. Simpson, when his counsel started crumbling, what happened? Johnny Cochran came in. It didn't stop. That proceeding did not stop. There was no postponing. There was none of that. There was no mistrial. None of that. He had a team, and they all was prepared. The defense had a team. O.J. Simpson had a team, and it's the same thing with this. That's why I asked the question: Is this Federal Reserve notes or is this white privilege? Which one is it? Which one is it? Let's call it out for what it really is. I don't beat around the bushes about nothing. Because in all these high profile cases, I'm looking at who is the one who is the head of this case. And that's what I'm looking at. You got a high profile, the attorney ain't a high profile attorney. He's not. In the O.J. Simpson case, Johnny Cochran was. He was a high profile attorney. All them folks around there in Hollywood was rocking with Johnny Cochran. But he wasn't. But it was a high profile in these neck of the woods with Ted DiBiase Jr. because of his dad in the WWE. All that's high profile stuff. We talk about billions of dollars. Not millions, billions with a B. High profile. That's not it. They may not have anything to do with it, but just that he has been involved in some type of way, automatically is the connection. He's tethered to it. He's definitely tethered to his pops. He's tethered to his father, of course he is. He was once a wrestler in the WWE. He's tethered to that. So that's high profile off the rip. Off the rip. Once again, the views and opinions of me, the host on this channel, Foresight, is not of any platform that hosts the 601 Network, Real Jackson News. But anyway, so this is what it is. This is what I'm talking about. When we talk about these high profile cases that go down, I'm looking at what's tethered to it. What's tethered to it? Especially in the neck of the woods like this. But I'm gonna ask the hard questions. Is it Federal Reserve notes? Is it because he got bread? Or is it because he white privileged? What card he pulling? See, nobody want to answer those questions because, you know, a lot of them will sweep it up under the rug, act like the white privilege thing don't exist. Federal Reserve notes, yeah, well, maybe, you know what I'm saying? They'll say, oh, yeah, well, he's probably high profile. His dad was, you know, big time wrestler, boom, 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 boom. A lot of folks going to run that play. But ain't nobody going to run that white privilege play. They're not going to run that. There's a reason why he hasn't got up out of it. And I just noticed that all those cases that comes up, high profile white guys, they come in there and they get they, you know, they get indicted or whatever. They go to court, have these court trials, boom, boom, boom. Whether they get convicted, if they get convicted, they go to prison. You come out, they don't hear nothing about it, or they find some type of loophole in order to get off. It's always like that. Always like that. Them high profiles. It ain't gonna be the average white guy. No. The average white guy? Nah. Hell, they not even gonna put it on the news unless he did something that really endangered the public. You know, unless he did something that really endangered the public, you know, that's the only time where they'll probably hit the news. But it ain't gonna hit the news him just going, you know, get locked up for X, Y, and Z, or he had the three strikes rule, or whatever the case may be. So nah, he ain't gonna do that. He's just gonna send him to jail. You're gonna get locked up. It's over with. But these high profile cases, I pay attention to them. You've been listening to the 601 Network with Real Jackson News. If you like what you heard, you know what to do. Share this video out and follow when we go on. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, Foresight.